Imagine spending an entire season fighting to reunite your family across 10,000 years of history, only to discover that saving them might mean tearing them apart all over again. That is exactly where Topanga, the Season 1 finale of Brea, leaves its characters. This episode closes out the show's freshman run with a race against time, a devastating loss, and a cliffhanger that completely resets the board heading into Season 2. In this breakdown, we will walk through everything that happens in this finale, spoiler-free at first, then in full chronological detail, so you understand exactly how Season 1 ends and what it sets up next. La Brea, an American science fiction drama that premiered on NBC in 2021, created by David Applebaum. The series is also available for streaming on Peacock. It blends survival drama with a time travel mystery, following a massive sinkhole that opens in Los Angeles and swallows part of the Harris family into a primeval landscape populated by extinct animals and other missing people from different points in history. Topanga is the 10th and final episode of Season 1, and it originally aired in late November 2021. The series holds a respectable average audience rating on IMDb, reflecting a mixed but engaged fan base. Season 1 has followed the Harris family after a sinkhole opens in Los Angeles, separating them into two groups: those trapped in a mysterious prehistoric world beneath the earth, and those left above ground trying to understand what happened and how to save them. Over the course of the season, we learned that the two worlds are connected by strange visions, hidden portals, and a mythology tied to sinkholes appearing throughout history. The finale, Topanga, picks up immediately after the previous episode and drives every storyline toward a climax, getting a mysterious young boy named Isaiah through a portal in time, while a second sinkhole opens above ground, forcing another rescue mission entirely. At the center of Topanga is Eve Harris, who has discovered a shocking truth. Isaiah, a child living in the underground world, is actually a young version of her husband Gavin. For Gavin to exist in the present day, Isaiah must be sent through a specific portal that leads to the year 1988, allowing him to grow up and eventually become the man Eve married. This is not simple science fiction trivia. It carries enormous emotional weight, because if Eve fails, then Gavin, along with their children Josh and Izzy, would never have existed in the first place. The episode is structured as a ticking clock. Eve must get Isaiah to the correct sinkhole, known as the Topanga portal, before it closes. Standing in her way is Silas, an older man who has raised Isaiah underground and refuses to let him go. Silas's resistance is not just stubbornness. He has his own tangled history with the sinkholes and with a woman named Rebecca, who has claimed responsibility for the phenomenon altogether. The show never fully spells out the depth of Silas's connection to Rebecca or the origin of his knowledge, and this breakdown will treat that as an open mystery rather than invent an explanation. As Eve pushes to get Isaiah to the light, tensions boil over into a physical confrontation. During a chaotic struggle to free Josh and Levi from Silas's group, Mary Beth is stabbed. Her death lands as one of the episode's most jarring moments, a sudden and violent loss amid the desperate rush toward the portal. It underscores just how dangerous this world has become, and how the closing sinkhole is not just a race against time, but a battlefield. Eve ultimately succeeds in getting Isaiah to the portal in time, sending him through to 1988. This means Gavin's existence, and by extension, Josh and Izzy's out is preserved. But the victory comes at a steep cost. As the portal activates, Josh, along with Riley and young Lily, are unexpectedly pulled into the light as well, vanishing into an unknown point in time. The family that fought so hard to reunite is instead scattered even further across history, and nobody watching knows exactly where, or when, these three have landed. While Eve's storyline plays out below, a second crisis unfolds above ground. News breaks of one final sinkhole opening, this time far away in Seattle. Gavin, Izzy, and Dr. Nathan race north, hoping this new opening offers a way to reach their loved ones and finally make sense of the disappearances plaguing their family. Guiding them is a map tied to the sinkhole network, one that traces back to Silas and was given to Lily, who fans know is actually a young version of a woman named Ella, to carry with her through the portal. Using that map, Gavin, Izzy, and Ella tracked down the Seattle sinkhole and realized it could lead directly to 10,000 BC, the same primeval world where so much of the season's drama has taken place. Without hesitation, all three jump through the sinkhole, hoping to reach and rescue the family members they've been separated from. It is a leap of faith into the unknown, driven purely by love and desperation rather than any guarantee of success. Eve Harris is the emotional engine of the finale. A mother determined to protect her family at any cost, she carries the burden of a secret so strange that most people would never believe it. Her husband was once a child living in a lost world underground. Her arc in this episode is about sacrifice and consequence, saving one part of her family while inadvertently losing another. Gavin Harris spends much of the episode above ground, driven by instinct and a deep need to reunite with his wife and children. Gavin's entire character has been shaped by unexplained visions throughout the season, and by the finale, we understand why. He is tied to this world in a way he never realized. His decision to jump into the Seattle sinkhole shows a man willing to risk everything rather than wait passively for answers. Izzy Harris, one of Gavin and Eve's children, has spent the season caught between two timelines and a family's in crisis. In the finale, she joins her father in the desperate journey to Seattle, showing her growth from a scared teenager into someone willing to leap into the impossible for the people she loves. Josh Harris finds himself swept into the portal, alongside Riley and Lily at the worst possible moment, his fate left uncertain as the season ends. His storyline throughout the show has revolved around family loyalty and painful revelations, including learning about a betrayal involving his mother and Levi. Silas is one of the finale's most complicated figures. His refusal to release Isaiah is framed as pure villainy. It stems from genuine attachment and a history the show only partially reveals. His connection to Rebecca and to the sinkholes themselves remains one of the show's central lingering mysteries. Mary Beth meets a sudden end in this episode, her death occurring during the chaotic struggle to free Josh and Levi. Her arc across the season involved building trust within the underground community, making her lost land a genuine gut punch rather than a background casualty. Lily, Ella carries significant narrative weight as the younger version of a woman whose future self. Ella has already been part of the season's mythology. Her possession of Silas's sinkhole map becomes the key that unlocks the Seattle storyline, tying her directly to the finale's central quest. The biggest twist of the finale is the confirmation that Isaiah is a young Gavin, meaning the entire rescue mission was never just about saving a stranger, but about preserving Gavin's very existence. The second major twist is the unexpected pull of Josh, Riley, and Lily into the portal, a development nobody was prepared for, and one that instantly complicates the family's hope of a full reunion. Finally, the choice by Gavin, Izzy, and Ella to jump into the Seattle sinkhole flips the entire show's geography, placing characters in a location thousands of miles from the world we've come to know, forcing a completely new survival challenge in Season 2. The Season 1 finale ends on a note of profound uncertainty rather than resolution. Eve has completed her mission, ensuring her family's continued existence by sending Isaiah through to 1988. But the price is losing track of Josh, Riley, and Lily, who are now somewhere unknown in time. Meanwhile, Gavin, Izzy, and Ella have thrown themselves into a sinkhole in Seattle, believing it leads to 10,000 BC, the same era where much of the underground community has been surviving. However, being in Washington State rather than Southern California raises an enormous practical problem. Even if they land in the correct time period, they are geographically far removed from the original location near Brea, meaning reuniting with the rest of the family will require an entirely new journey across a prehistoric landscape with none of the modern tools we take for granted. The episode intentionally avoids neatly tying together the show's larger mysteries, such as the full nature of the sinkholes, Rebecca's true role, or Silas's history. Instead, it prioritizes emotional stakes and character relationships, leaving many of the mythology-based questions open for future seasons. The episode's title, Topanga, refers to Topanga Canyon, a real Southern California location, and it is the name given to the specific sinkhole portal used to send Isaiah into 1988. Viewers have pointed out that the timeline logic introduced here, sending a young version of a character into the past to preserve the present, echoes classic time travel storytelling conventions, though the show does not explicitly reference other works. Beyond that, Brea has not confirmed additional Easter eggs tied to this specific episode, so this breakdown avoids speculating further where solid information is available. This finale directly follows the events of episode 9, father and son, picking up immediately where that episode's cliffhangers left off, particularly regarding Isia's identity and the fractured trust between the Harris family and Silas's group. The revelations from earlier episodes, especially the reveal that Gavin is connected to the underground world, culminate here, transforming what once felt like disconnected subplots into a single unified crisis. The unresolved fates of Josh, Riley, and Lily, along with the unexpected relocation of Gavin, Izzy, and Ella to a new region of the ancient world, directly set up the central conflicts carried into Season 2. Brea's first season performed well enough in the ratings that NBC greenlit a second season before the finale even aired, a sign of confidence in the show's premise. The series continued on NBC and Peacock, with Season 2 later returning to continue the story exactly where this cliffhanger left off. Critical reception to the finale itself was notably mixed, with some viewers praising the emotional stakes of Eve's sacrifice, while others felt the episode left too many season-long mysteries unresolved. Topanga closes out Brea's first season not with clean answers, but with a family more scattered than ever, a shocking death, and a leap into the unknown that completely resets where the story goes next. It's the kind of finale built to leave you thinking long after the credits roll, and it certainly succeeds in setting up questions that Season 2 has to answer. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give the video a like, and let us know in the comments what you think happened to Josh, Riley, and Lily, or where you believe the map will lead Gavin, Izzy, and Ella once they land in the past. Share your own theories and favorite moments from the season below. And if you want more deep dives like this one, be sure to subscribe to Screen Central for detailed breakdowns, ending explained videos, and episode analyses covering your favorite web series, TV shows, and movies. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload.